section, we are going to introduce the player's ammunition and health stats on the screen. And welcome back to an awesome session. Let's begin by creating a bucket entity which will hold all of the UI-related elements. Let's name it UI. Now let's create a subcomponent under UI that will hold the UI components related to the player's health status. Let's name that component PlayCanvas. Below the player canvas, we're going to create a 2D screen. Let's name it munitions count. This is where we will put text fields that hold all our ammunition counts. Let's add an image element. Name it player health image. And a text element. Name it player health text element. We're going to switch to front view here so we can see our player canvas better. Then we're going to adjust the player health image and player health text element presets to bottom right anchor. This will tie those two elements to the bottom right side of the screen. Let's specify a beautiful heart image as the texture for the player health image and adjust its width and height like so. I'm going to use 60 for now. Now let's configure the player health text element. I'm going to uncheck auto width because I want to hardcode the width of the text element. And I'm going to hardcode 70 for now. These are just numbers I played with before, so I know they work for this example. I'm going to specify a text value of 100 for now, just so we can see how it looks. And just shrink the font a bit to 20. Now let's just move you into place, just below the heart. Now we are going to add a script to the UI component, so the UI component listens to changes from the game environment and updates appropriately. I'm only going to set the player health text element reference for now. Now let's duplicate these because we need to do another set of player stats. Let's rename these to yellow crystal image and yellow count text element. And this time, I'm going to tie these to the bottom left corner of the screen. Let's reposition the icon like this, and the text fields like so. Now let's update the yellow crystal image to use the yellow crystal icon PNG. Again, I'm going to set the width and height to 60. Okay, one more time, duplicate these two fields. I'm going to group them together here for my own sanity. Let's rename this element to red crystal image. And update its icon. Again, 60 for width and height. Rename yellow count text element to red count text element. Now move these two over a bit like so. Click on the UI component so we can update more text element references. Drag and drop red count text element and yellow count text element. Now let's create a different screen that shows up when the game ends. Create another entity under the UI and name it Game Canvas. Under that, we will create a 2D screen. And then add a button element. Let's rename this to Try Again button. And update its text to Try Again. I want to make this red button. And I want to make these other fields slightly lighter red for on press. I think the rest of these fields are fine. Now let's move the button up slightly. And then duplicate so we have one more for quitting. And just rename the button. Back to UI, set the button element references. Now we must add the enemy health script to the zombie. Now we must add some zombie sounds. We'll be using Zapsplat to download some free sounds. Once you are in, let's search for zombie sounds. I'm going to choose a specific sound that I already know will work out. This is the one I want. Let's download it. Now let's import it into the zombie directory of our PlayCanvas project. Ensure there is a sound component on the zombie entity, and then set the sound asset on the assets field. Let's see what we got. Congratulations, you now have a UI screen with our player stats. Hope you enjoyed this session. See you next time. Booyah! I hope you found these videos useful. Want to keep watching videos like these? Hit that subscribe and like button below so I can make you more for free. Booyah!